Now this one may interest you. No, it's not the Dodge Charger from Dukes of Hazzard, but it is still very interesting and very nice. Let's check it out. What we're looking at is a 1970s Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird. This year, a few facts. This is Richard Petty. Tells about Richard Petty. I know he drove one of these, and I wanted to show you this. Why? Because it's cool. Now, on Roadrunner cars, I don't know that all of them did this. When you honk the horn, it goes like Roadrunner did, Wile E. Coyote of Warner Brothers. I always thought that was pretty neat. I bet these are a lot similar chassis as the Dodge Chargers Dukes of Hazzard. So there's the back of it. And see here, I'm going to show these because there's the Roadrunner right there. You can just see all the shine, you know? And the Roadrunner name right there. I have to talk really loud because they got music playing. Here is a good picture right there of the Roadrunner Superbird on the spoiler that it's got. So let's go look over here on the other side. So here we're going to go look on the driver's side here. See what we can see inside here. See, it even says on the horn because that's what it sounds like, just like the Roadrunner. And I thought that was very interesting. It says Plymouth here, and very nice. This one is a 1947 Chrysler Town & Country sedan. Amazing. There's the insignia on it there. Look at how nice that paint shines. And over here, look at how nice and glossy this wood is. Back when they put wood on these cars. The Chrysler name on the hubcaps. Look at that. Look at the wood. Wood, chrome, nice paint, beautiful car. Oh, come on. And here's the other side, the driver's side of that. Now we're into these cars with all the wood, beautiful wood that they have. But this one is a 1951 Mercury Woody Wagon 3rd generation. Here's another look at the insignia. I think that's kind of cool to go up and look at those because they have some pretty unique looking insignias on some of these. Just kind of like that Plymouth one that had the Mayflower on it, which I was not aware of. Look at how nice and how much room. This is like a station wagon. It's got tire on the back. National Woody Club. Then here's another one. Let's see what this one is. I'm just kind of going backwards on this, but we can look inside first. And this one, Country Squire. So this one here is a 1951 Ford Country Squire wagon. And we'll look at the little Ford insignia there too. Very nice. There's another wagon. You know, that's something you don't see a lot of, is station wagons anymore. And I did see probably 70s station wagon, though, the other day on the road, which was in excellent condition, what I could tell. But you usually don't see them. There's the insides there. And let's see, here's the front. There's another look at that. Very cool. That's got an 8 on there, V8, I'm assuming. Although it doesn't say V, so very nice. Custom. Chrome and everything is nice on these. There's a Dodge over here. So this one, we're looking on the inside here, trying to get away from the music. Dodge Corvette. So this is a 1965 Dodge Corvette Hemi. So there's a Hemi, 426 Hemi. Hemi head, it says on it. Okay. Very nice. This is a 1951 Studebaker Champion Starlight sedan. Now this would be more what I would think of when I think of a Studebaker. Here is their little insignia there. Got a cone on the front of it. Like, you know, they used to do so much with old cars. They're so unique. Today's cars are just all the same. But look at the different designs and stuff that all these cars have that are so unique and so different. And like I said, today they're just all aerodynamic and that's it. All look the same compared to the old days. These cars are built a lot better too. Okay, now we're looking at a 1956 Lincoln Continental Mark II. Beautiful car. And we've all been down all of these aisles here and looked at most of these cars, if not all of them. So this is another case. If you would like to read about it, you can pause the video. But look at this. Kentucky Colonels, Western Dodge. Look at this. Look at that motor. Very interesting. Western Dodge. Owens Orky? Dodge Mopar. Here's the inside of it on that. Original racing. Original Kentucky Colonel. Tells the story about that book inside of it. And there's the back of it. If you hear in the background arcade, I might be able to show you in a little later before we're playing the arcade. 1931 Cadillac Fleetwood convertible model 355A. Look at the size of those headlights. So cool. It's just the two-seater. That's the interesting thing. Such a big car. I say two-seater, but it does have a rumble seat. Wow. Beautiful. All these cars, like I said, I've said that before, all these cars are beautiful. If you like cars, these are beautiful. Beautiful. If you like cars, these are beautiful. I'm going to look at this one here. This is a 1948 Buick Super Convertible. Here, and look at the grill on this one. All the chrome. Here's what it looks like on the inside. It's got a Buick magazine with a Buick on it. Very cool. It's got the side skirts on the bottom of the bottom, covering the back wheels halfway. Beautiful. I can go on and on. This is a 1936 Ford Humpback Custom by Danny Gingerelli, American Rodder. The only thing, even though I do not like it when they put new motors in it and change them, Only thing I'll say is at least you can drive it. If you couldn't, you know, you could probably get parts for it. But it says rare 36, but modified 36. Here, this one's got the window down. See, it's got a, I say newer but older tape deck in it. 1936 Ford Super Deluxe two-door convertible. Another beautiful black car. You know, black can be so pretty, but when it's dirty, not so much. When it's clean, I think it looks about as good as anything. Look at these kids in that picture. Look at how many kids with Santa Claus are in that car. Just amazing. There's the inside. Just the detail and everything on these cars. And how big the steering wheels are on old cars. You got to keep in mind there's no power steering. Nice gray. This is some, I'm going to say this is a Mercury. Let's just say I don't. Nope, it's a Ford. Okay, I'm wrong. 1948 Super Deluxe two-door sedan. 37,000 original miles. Amazing. On a 1948 car. Wow. That's beautiful. Look at that. There you can see. I'll go on the other side and you can see better. Look at that. Beautiful. Award of Excellence. It says Award of Excellence there. There you can see. Here's a sweet looking Cadillac here. See, there's the arcade. In case I don't get around to going in there, there's the arcade. I believe those are free. I believe that's what the guy said. That it's free. This one's a 1949 Cadillac Series 62 convertible coupe. I'm in the Cadillac section right now. This one is kind of unusual because it's a black car, but it's got green interior. I can't imagine that it. I bet you this was originally green on the outside. But I could be wrong, just because those seem like odd combinations. Now this one is the first one I've seen that needs some paint issues here. But I'm not seeing any green paint under it, so I may be wrong. Just seems like an odd color to put together. Seems like you'd have lighter color or black and not green. But I don't know. I do like this. Look at this blue. Beautiful. Look at the window on that. That's neat. Here's a close-up of the Cadillac symbol. This one's nice. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that dash, not the dash, but if you can see the speedometer, odometer. Wow, it's huge. I don't know how well you can see through it. That's the problem. This is a 1948 Series 62 two-door fastback Cadillac. Some of these other ones I'm probably going to have to go kind of a little quicker through, well, the Cadillac section. Here's a 62 Eldorado, 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Is that nice? Here is a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Reminds me of Boss Hog if you're into Dukes of Hazzard. Something very similar. And by the way, if you're into Dukes of Hazzard, check out my Cooters video. I went to Cooters in Luray, Virginia, and it was quite interesting. There's a lot of Dukes of Hazzard cars in that video. So make sure to check that out if you like Dukes of Hazzard. Even if you don't, check it out. If you like cars, you should like it. 27 original miles on this Cadillac. 1996 Fleetwood Brougham. This one is a 2001 Cadillac Eldorado. This one here, 2004 Cadillac CTSV. Look at the motor in there. The only thing is, I wouldn't want to work on that. Wow. Now when you look at old cars, and then you look at all the stuff they have on them today. I say today, this is 2004, but still. It's a nice car, though. I will say that. This one. Here is a 1959 Ford Fairlane 500 Galaxy Skyliner. How nice that motor is, given the fact of how old this car is. Nice car. See. Anyways, look at that, how they have that positioned where the, look how they, interesting how they have it positioned so that when the top is going inside the trunk, but just look at that. Look at the size of that car. I remember when people used to put plastic on their seats like that. There's even a model car, I don't know how well you can see of it, on the dash in the same position. There's that Duesenberg. I love that car. It's beautiful. Let's take a look at the Duesenberg again. Beautiful. I always liked Duesenbergs, and I always thought they were German, but I do not believe they are. I believe it's an American company. If I'm wrong, correct me on that in the comments. I hope you're enjoying looking at these cars. If you are, make sure you do put a like, comment, and please subscribe. It would help me out a lot. This channel's just getting started. I hope to do a lot of car-related videos. This is a 1929 Franklin Series 135. It's always interesting how high up these old cars sit. This is a pretty good sized car. Yeah. Look at the nice wing windows, which that's interesting. This wing window is a separate wing window. So you have your regular windows, and then that's just kind of a, almost like a visor type window to probably to block the wind a little, I guess. I don't know. I guess it could still divert the wind in there. Look at all the room though in these cars. Look at the interesting tail lights on there. There's the gas tank. Very interesting. So right here is a Texaco truck. It says the Martin Automobile. I was wondering what that said. Kind of just looking at them as we go here. Here's where the steering wheel and the seat is. And the engine. It says International. So now that we know that, we know it's an International. It's a 1930 International 6-speed special truck. So we'll go look on this side as well. It's got an Uga horn there. Wood. And here's the back of it. Let's see if we can see in here. Well, there you go. So it's got places for people to sit on both sides there. Okay, this is a 1928 Chevrolet Depot Hack Woody. wonder if they actually had that color back then. I don't know. But the rims are pretty interesting there. They're solid. There's the inside of here. It's got some interesting looking gauges there. I can't believe people. Okay, right now you are looking at a 1965 Studebaker Wagoneer. And I could show all these, everything about them, but that just would take a long time. So we're just going to show maybe a few of them, but not too many. But man, that's in nice shape. Never seen a Studebaker wagon before. Seen Studebakers. The ones I've seen were older than this. Well, I guess I have seen some that were more modern. Here's the, I'm going to say it's an El Camino right here. Let's see if that's what it's officially is calling this. Yes, 1987 El Camino Custom 5th generation. The front end is much different than I've seen on an El Camino. This car here is interesting. I was looking at it earlier. 1960 front to neck Falcon Ranchero. Right there. So this is from Ontario, according to the license plate. Okay, this is a 1925 Lincoln Model L. It's kind of interesting that it's not chrome. It's just kind of a painted look to it. It says Lincoln, Detroit. There. It's a big car, as you'd expect. Oh, look at the steering wheel. That's interesting. Huh. It's got 2 spares on this one. But let's look at that steering wheel again. If you can see it, it looks like it breaks away. That's interesting. It's like, to me, it's like anti-theft or something. I don't think you can get that all the time. Look at that motor. See that? That's like an original motor. That's nice. I think these cars run, not positive on that. Here's another one that we're going to look at here, a 1930s Cadillac LaSalle Series 340 touring car. Here's the LaSalle, Cadillac LaSalle, and there was a company called LaSalle too. That's interesting. Are they the same? Did Cadillac buy LaSalle? I don't know. Or how did that work? So many cars here. So many. Okay, here's a 1929 Cadillac dual cow Phantom. Right here, Cadillac Motors there. Cadillac symbol. This one's interesting here. It is a 1931 Studebaker Commander Series 70 sedan. The interesting part is the shape of the headlights. They're not completely round, they're more of an oval. I have to look at the, I'm running out of time now. Look at these briefly. 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. We're going to close soon, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. This is a 1955 150 two-door second generation wagon custom. I'm just going to look at the outsides of these because I'm running out of time, but I want you to see them. This is a 1955 Chevrolet 210 second gen two-door sedan. Here we're looking at a 1949 Chevrolet Fleetline Deluxe. A 1963 Chevrolet Bel Air 5th generation. Look at that motor. Very red. Red inside, red outside. Oh. Over here is the 1977 Lincoln Continental Mark V, I believe. 450 original miles is all. Brand new car. Look at that. Yeah, I wanted to go over here and show this popcorn. Oh. Here is a 1936 Ford Model 68 two-door sedan custom. It's got a tilting front end on it that they put on it. Obviously a different motor, probably chopped. And we have here, I believe they said this was a Mercury truck. Might not be correct on that. 1954 Mercury M100 truck. Okay, we're gonna go look over here at the popcorn trucks that they have. I was trying to get that. The problem is the music is playing so loud over there. So let's go over here. 1938 Chevrolet 1.5 ton truck right here. Not a popcorn truck. It's a lot of wood. Look at that. Lots of wood. Half the truck is wood. And here's the back over here. So if you look over here, they'll go over here. I want to show this popcorn truck. Over here. This one's a 1929 Chevrolet popcorn truck. Okay, here it is. You can see popcorn maker inside there. Pretty neat. There's like a diner. They've got jukeboxes. They got a car over there. They got a girl over there. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Here is a 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle second generation sports coupe custom. Now these I always like. These are 1968 Pontiac Firebird convertible. I like the 69s better, but the front end, but these are still nice. There's a blue one here. 1967 Firebird convertible. It's a newer Camaro. '51 Kaiser. Buffalo on there. 1951 Kaiser Special Sedan. Here's a 1955 Ford Fairlane Crown Victoria. And here's their arcade. They have older stuff, newer stuff. Pinball machine.
Let's play.
I'm not going to be playing. I'm running out of time. We'll go look in their gift store before I leave here. Ah, I did not see this. It's a 1948 Hudson Commodore convertible. Original motor. Save the best for last. My dad had a 49. You have to go around the back. Wow. I'd like this car right here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be one more video at this museum, so look for that in the coming weeks.